Hi everyone, we are live here on the Ballet's channel and we are very excited. My name's Neil, I'm the presenter for today, only because Ems has asked me to come on and help her out and do this. So I said, yeah, why not? Why not? It's a fantastic cause. So, and also the fact she doesn't want Junior sort of going off into her own little tangent, because she does tend to do sometimes. It's just a case of I'm going to be being here, guiding you back. Oh, we have one watcher. Hello there, you. So, yeah, I'm going to bring Junior in. And so here we go. Good luck, everyone. Hello, Junior.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. So we're going to talk about Ballet's. All right. We're going to talk about basically how much do you love being part of Ballet's?
Oh, I've loved it since the minute I joined. It's always been a passion of mine to be able to teach dancing. So to be able to be here now and teach like basic ballet music to everyone, it's it's something to look forward to each day. Waking up to our followers and being able to teach them something new every day, especially in this lockdown, it means a lot to me. So I absolutely love it.
Okay. So with your dance journey, you started off as a very, very small child, didn't you?
Yeah. I started dancing when I was 3, and I started in 3 styles, which was ballet, tap, and modern. And as I've grown throughout the years of my dancing, I've taken on more styles and more experience. And I've used all this experience to realise that dancing is my passion. And this has led me on to be able to teach in Ballet M's, take it on to dance college, and hopefully pursue this into the future with a career, which will be taken all over the world because that's what I really want to do.
I love the fact we can hear your washing machine in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear. So yeah, it's sort of the signal is a bit dodgy, but that's Wi-Fi. That's where we are at the moment. That is lockdown, unfortunately. It's we're just making it all work the way we can. Plus the fact you're up north somewhere, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we have Ems is somewhere, you're in Manchester, and Juno somewhere else. It's sort of like we're all over the place, but you'll come together to bring this magnificent Facebook page together, don't you? So your videos you do. I'm just going to show a little bit. You have a strange style, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You're not sort of like the average sort of ballet dancer. Sort of I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring my leg up here. You are a normal person, and you tell people that as well when you're doing. So I've just got a couple of clips here we're going to show. All right, there's this one here.
But like most classic ballet step in the whole entire world, I think. And these are Barres, and they can also be known as Carews.
You have a little style where you talk to the camera.
So
You get really, really close to the camera.
Yeah.
I can do ballet.
Is there? I mean, is there a reason? Is there a reason for that you like to get down and close with the camera and talk to people?
So my experiences of dancing throughout my years, I have been taught by many different teachers, and one thing that absolutely petrifies me is when they stand there, speak a whole random monologue of French, and then go, right, your turn. And then you are stood at the bar with no idea of what to do whatsoever. And you just got to copy whatever's being done in front of you because um, normal ballet teachers, they are very strict, they are very disciplined, and they will stand here and they will speak the words to you and hope you understand, and then that's it, you're on your way on your own. Whereas personally, that absolutely terrifies me because I like to fully know what I'm doing. I'm more of a visual rather than a like a listening and then just knowing. So I'd like to see somebody like sit down and properly explain it to me before I try and do it, so I know everything in detail, so I can give it my best job. So, from my experience of not having that given to me a lot of the time, I like to do that to other people to say like, this is kind of like my best way to give it to you, and hope that this is going to make you have your best diet. Because if I was to stand here and say, okay, do 3 WPAs in, I think everyone would be like a bit like, what's that, what's that? So I like to say, so here's first position, and then we're going to do 3 demi-pliés here, explain the demi-plié and how we're transitioning into each position, each own, because I think that people then appreciate more that you are showing them exactly what to do, so then they can be like, oh yes, so this is this makes it easier for me, and it's more comfortable for them. Then they're not like, oh, it's just like every other normal ballet class, I don't want to do it then, because like that's what makes.
Okay, your sound is dipping in and out quite badly. Is there any way of stopping the washing machine by any chance?
I can go and give it my best shot.
Okay. She's just going to go and see if she can stop the washing machines. I think that's causing a bit of interference with the sound. So, yeah, but
I've pressed the pause button, so hopefully it didn't work.
is that the tumble dryer, or is it the washing machine?
But, what's it?
I love it. I love it. This is live. This is live. It's so fantastic. It really is. Hang on. You wouldn't get this if you were a professional ballet dancer. You wouldn't get this, would you? You'd have a studio and you'd have things like that. But no, not Ballet M's. We are at home. You know, she's in her front room or in her lounge or whatever. You know, and you can tell that she has a passion. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. This is. You know, you wouldn't get this anywhere else, would you? No, not at all. Not at all. How are you? She's back.
I think I did it.
Okay, right. So, how do you get it? How now? I know how you got involved in Ballet M's. Basically, you wrote a message to Emma, and you said that I want to be part of Ballet M's. I like what you stand for. I like what you do. You know, I want to. That was precisely. I want to be part of this. And you know, why did you get involved, and what was the initial thing that sparked this?
So obviously, as you know, I'm a dancer, so a lot of my social media is revolved around dancing. So a lot of the time I'll get like random pages on my feed. So obviously, by looking through a lot of dancing pages, many come up, and I remember just scrolling through Facebook one day, and this page come up, and it was Emma, and I just remember seeing her. It was probably one of her first videos. It was Demi Plies, and I watched the video and I thought, this is something so different to what I've seen, like, because usually when you see like a dance video of like a tutorial, they're in a big fancy studio like Pineapple Studios, and then they've got all the big expensive ballet bars, and they're all dressed like they're from Swan Lake, and then you just think like I'm just a normal person, like, and that's kind of intimidating to us. Like if you're just like a normal person, you're just trying to learn ballet. But when I saw Emma, and she was in her back garden, just with a big smile on her face, just enjoying what she was doing, like, and I thought that's what the industry of dance is about. This is like draw people in. I just remember thinking like, I want to be a part of this because this is how I want to teach. I don't want to be like your average ballet teacher who's dead straight. I want to be able to be open and welcoming to learn ballet, and it was just such a welcoming like environment. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm part of. So obviously, I dropped a message, and I was like, I love what you do. It's something different. I've never seen anything like that. I'd love to be a part of it because it's so inspirational. It's just so amazing, and you don't really find many things like this. And I want to make the world of ballet with you.
Okay. So what we're going to do is you've got some ballet stuff you want to do. Okay. Starting off with some bar work and that, and then going on to some centre work. Obviously, bar work is at the bar and centre work is without the bar. That's sort of my limit of ballet at the moment. So I'm going to put the screen across to you. Okay. And away we go.
Okay. So I'm just going to change my camera angle for you all because we are going to start with a foot warm up, as we do. So we need to make sure that our feet are nice and warm. So here, obviously, again, you have a nice clear view of my feet. So we're just going to start with our hands on the bar, and I'm just going to take the side for a quick minute. And we're just going to do some slow relevés up and back down, really making sure that you're using all the muscles in your foot. And we're going to do 8 of these. 6, Really make sure that you're not just plonking down to the heels, and really control it all through the calves. And then from here, we're going to, keeping our arms on the bar, we're going to dig one heel off the ground, right into that instep, making sure you're really pushing over. Use your body weight to change the feet, making sure you're going right through this releve, and don't sink into each hip. Make sure you stay nice and pulled up, and you're just transferring your weight through the heels in your instep, making sure you're really warming up this point. It's really important to make sure you've got really nice warmed up feet before you start doing any bar work, because you can pull muscles in your feet and they are really painful. We don't want to do that. So once you've done a few of them, we can move on to stretching out the top of the foot. So for this, I just press onto my arch over my toes and curl them under, and I'll just pulse it there slightly, and this just stretches out the top of my foot, so then I can have a nice point. And then I'll do this about 4 times on each foot, just alternating. Don't want to put too much pressure on my foot though, because I don't want to break any ankles or toes. Just making sure you're getting a nice quick stretch, and just keep alternating until you feel like they're properly warm. And then last time here. There is many ways that you can improve your point, and we do have many videos uploaded on these. So if you do want to go and find ways to improve your point, then do feel free to go and watch one of our point videos after the live. But if you're quite happy with your point, then there's so many other exercises that you can do that allow you to use your point. So we're going to start off with pliés. So again, I'm just going to change my camera angle so you can see everything I'm doing. And I'm just going to pretend I've got a bar here. But for our pliés, we're going to start in first position. So this is your natural turnout. One arm on the bar and our other arm in bar. And we're going to do 2 demi-pliés. 1 and stretch. 2 and stretch. And then you're going to take a rise up from here. Rise for 1, down on 2. And then dégagé into second position. And then repeat the exact same exercise in second. So 2 demi-pliés, 1 and 2. Rise up in second, and then back to first. And then from there, we're going to repeat the 2 demi-pliés again. 1 and 2, and rise again. But now we're going to go into a nice full plié, down and up, 4, 2, and then quickly into second position to repeat again. 1 and 2, rise 3 and 4, down 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the full exercise again, before going on to the other side, will be 2 demi-pliés in first, 2, rise up and down, and dégagé into second position. And then repeat this again. Rise up, and then back into first position. And then we repeat the same exercise again with our rise, and then into a nice full plié. Quick dégagé into second, and then repeat one more time with our rise, and then down into a nice full plié, and back into first. And then repeat the exercise on the other side. So we go 1 and 2, rise 3 and 4, dégagé. 1 and 2, and rise and dégagé into first. Demi-plié, demi-plié, rise up and down, full plié, 1, 2, 3, quick dégagé. 1 and 2, rise 3 and down, full plié, down and up and down. It's a second. into first divi. So I think this live does stay recorded, I'm thinking. So if you want to repeat any of these exercises, then you can repeat them again on the end page. So there you go for the. So that's our plie exercise done. So now we're going to move on to our tendus. So this is just a nice simple exercise I've got for you all. I really like this one because it's just nice basic shapes, and personally I just really like it. So again with your bar, we're going to start in first position, and we're going to take with our left leg, or whichever leg's in front. Quick tip, if you're using your bar, you always want to use the outside leg, so the leg furthest from your bar. So this would be my inside leg, like that's next to my arm that's on the bar, but I want to use this one instead. So if my right arm's on the bar, my left leg goes out, and then if my left arm's on the bar, then my right leg goes out. So that's just a quick tip for you all there. So for this one, we'll start with our feet in first, and we're going to do 3 tendus, making sure we're using the good articulation of the foot to the front. And 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, and finish with a demi-plie. Now we're going to go to second. So 1 and 2 and 3, demi-plie again. And to the back. So 1 and 2 and 3, demi-plie, slow rise, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, and then repeat to the back. So we go 1 and 2 and 3, demi-plie, to the side, and 3 and 4, demi-plie, to the front, 1 and 2 and 3, demi-plie, and slow rise, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we repeat it on the other side. So we'll start with our feet in first position. You can either have your hand on your hip or in second. I'm just going to personally keep it on my hip for now. So 5, 6, 7 to the front, and 1 and 2 and 3, demi-plie, 4 to the side, 6, 7, demi-plie to the back, and 1 and 2 and 3, demi-plie, and 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, and repeat to the back, and 2 and 3, demi-plie, 4 and 5 to the side, 6, 7, demi-plie on 8 to the front, 1, 2, 3, demi-plie, 4, and rise, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's one of my favourite exercises because it's not too out there, but it's nice because you can really feel it in your feet, because now I can really feel the arches of my foot working. And that's one thing as a dancer I personally love the feeling of, because I know I've worked hard. So our next exercise is going to be our grand battement. So I decided to pick a bit of a challenging one for this one, and it's going to use a lot of leg control, so it's more like a leg conditioning exercise. So I hope you all enjoy this. So yeah, I am going to use my bar for this one. So I'm going to bring this all over right. So I'm starting with my left arm on the bar, and my feet are in third position. So that means my heel is in like the arch of my other foot, and then my arm is in the second position. And for this one, we're going to take our right leg, so the leg at the front, and we're going to do a grand battement to the front, dégagé, and bring it back into third. And then we're going to do another one to the front, but then we're going to hold it at this dégagé. And then from here, we're going to do 3 grand piqués. So 1, 2, 3, and then slowly bring it in. So again, this is 1 big grand battement to the front, dégagé, bring it back into third, and then another one, and then hold this at the point, and then lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, and in. So then after that little sequence, we're going to do the same exercise to the side. So, grand battement, dégagé, in, grand battement, hold the point, and lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, third. And then we'll take a little break, repeat it one more time on this side, and then we'll turn around and do it on the other side. So this one is really going to use the inside of your thighs. So when you're doing your grand back manual lifts, make sure you're keeping the knee turned out to the side, otherwise you're going to build up the front of this muscle here. We don't want that one to inside. So one more time, and then we'll go into the other side. 1, point, in, 2, hold the point, and lift, 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 and in. And to the side, point, in, to the side, point, hold it, lift, 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 and in. So we've done it twice on this side now, so now we will turn around and do it on the other side. 5, 6, 7, and lift, point, close, lift, hold it there, and 1, 2, 3, and close. To the side, oh, I just lost the nail. To the side, and hold, 3 lifts, 2, 3, and in. One more time, to the front, hold, in, to the front, hold it in, lift, 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 and in. To the side, point, close, to the side, and hold, lift, 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 and in. So I think that's all our bar work complete, actually. Yes, so if you want to go and grab a quick drink, then feel free to. As that is quite tiring, that one, I can't lie. So. I'm just gonna run a little bit longer just to get a drink.
So while you're having a quick break, so with bar work, okay, how important do you? I mean, bar work is something you do every day, isn't it? It's just like a general warm up sort of thing. So as a ballet dancer, you would go into a studio or you would do it at home, but you would go through the same things every day. It doesn't matter how experienced you are or professional you are. So that is the basics, isn't it?
Yeah. Bar work, we are told, is your warm up. So throughout bar work, you'll usually complete the same exercises, which will be your foot warm up, then your pliés, then you'll usually go into tendus, and then you'll do some échappés as well with frappés, grand battement. You may complete piqués. You'll also do rond de jambe, which is personally one of my favourites, and they are kind of like your basics of what you'll do. And then they may throw in a few other things just to like test you or like just expand your experience, but they're like usually the same kind of things you'll complete. And the exercises will stay relatively the same. Since I started college, from September up until now, we've been doing the same exercises we've been doing.
So, okay, sorry, the signal keeps I don't know whether you've stopped talking, whether you've just cut out. So, it's like, so with college, obviously you were at college, and then do you come home and you go through your ballet M stuff on what to do? Is it an everyday thing, an everyday occurrence for you? It's just a way of life now, is it?
Yeah, so my day as a dancer usually will go, I'll wake up really early in the morning, head off to college, complete all my college work in college, and then I'll come home on the bus. And then when I get home, if I have a dance lesson with my normal dance school, which is where I trained originally, I will go to that lesson, whether it be in the studio or on Zoom. And then after I've completed that, I'll usually go into my room, and then I have a little book where I plan all my lessons. And I'll do a little bit of EMS planning and just see what I want to teach, what kind of videos I want to make, how I want to interact with my followers. So if I was to do another live video, what would I plan to do in that next video? Because the life of a dancer is all about planning. What is your next move? Because you always have to have a game plan and then a backup plan just in case things don't go to plan. And I spend quite a bit of time throughout the day planning what I'm going to do throughout that, because we need to be able to know what we're going to do. Because so I've gone away and I've planned all these exercises for you all. So some are slightly more basic, some are more challenging, like we've seen between the tondus and the grand battement. So the tondus were quite basic, but the grand battement was quite advanced, because all that planning comes together to work everybody as a dancer. And it includes working myself as a dancer, because obviously you see me doing the exercise with you, and it's just kind of it's a nice experience for when you go to the future, and a bit of prep for all your planning you have to do.
I mean, you do get some lovely messages as well. I've looked at the Facebook site, and obviously with YouTube and that, and on the Facebook you get some lovely comments, some lovely messages, and also people are asking for help as well.
Yeah. We honestly appreciate all the lovely comments, because obviously those of you who are watching, as you can see, I am still very young and I am new to the industry, and it's not something that I'm experienced in, because dancing as a hobby is completely different to dancing as a career, and I've only recently started dancing as a career. So all the support that you guys have been giving, not just me, but Ballet herself and Ballet Studio, we all, because it really hits right in the heart, because it shows us that you love what we're doing. So when you guys ask for help, so we've had a lot of comments about the leg hold video, which I have now created. It honestly makes us feel so oh my god, wow, they really want to learn from. And it's great for me, because it's I'm only 16, but I have people who were obviously our age ranges between 18 and obviously older. So I've got people who are my mum's age asking me oh, how do you do this? When it's usually all the way around, they're teaching me. So it's quite a good experience for me to be able to teach them something, because the stereotype of your elders teach you the things. It's such a nice experience to be able to go and deliver what you know at such a small age, and it's honestly such a nice experience. And then when we get that warm kind of news, it really does mean a lot, because we love doing what we do, and it shows that you do as well.
Yeah, because Ballet obviously is not just about young people dancing, is it? It's a whole range, both male and female. And your average hit rate on Facebook is sort of between 30 and 50, which just goes to show that adult ballet is actually really becoming a big thing, especially during this lockdown time at the moment.
Yeah, because I think one of the things for us is how we've hit 4,000 likes. I think we almost a year ago, I think we started, was it?
It was June.
So a few months ago. I'm not very good at math.
That's why you're a dancer. You can only count to count to 5, 6, 7, 8, isn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yeah, I don't do any academically advanced stuff. It's not quite as well up here. Dancing.
Okay, yeah. So, so you're at 3,950 likes.
Really good. Yeah.
It is. And it's quite funny, because when you go onto YouTube and you look at the videos, obviously some people prefer one video to another. So you have some videos which are 235 views, and others have 2. So, so yeah. Okay, shall we carry on? So I think everyone's rested now.
Yeah.
So
our centre work, I think our first exercise is, we've already put that bed then, is our Barre, I think, is our first exercise. So Yeah, I was right. Woo! If you didn't know, port de bras is French for carriage of arms, which to me is like a very like calm term, because I think personally this is how I think of it. I relate the word carriage with like princesses, like when they're being pulled by the horses, like Cinderella, for example. So to me, like princesses, like they're very calm and delicate, like in all the movies, like when they're singing to birds, like their arms move very effortlessly and very like smoothly, like they're not going to the birds. So I kind of take after that when I use my port de bras, and I think like everywhere my arm's going, say if I was presenting to like an animal like Snow White or a pumpkin turning into a carriage like Cinderella. So that's how I kind of like think with my logic when it comes to port de bras. So you can stand with your feet in any position really that's kind of like close. So you can stand in first, third, or fifth. Personally, I like to stand in fifth because I think it just looks more pulled up. It gives me like what I like to call like a wine glass figure. So you've got your nice stem, and then your arms will be like the cup. So like a wine glass now. So yeah. So we're going to start with our arms in bra bar, and we're going to do quite a basic one, but quite a nice flowing that has like quite a lot of repetition to it, but it's quite elegant in my opinion. So starting with our arms in bra bar, we're going to gently bring them up into first position. Remembering first position is opposite our belly button, and then bring them out nicely into second, and then breathe them down, and then back into bra bar, and then back up into first. I'm going to take them into fourth. So I'm bringing my left arm up into fourth. So this is our fourth position. So my left arm is in fifth, and then my right arm is in second. And one way I was taught in my dance school is pretend you have mirrors on your hand. So everywhere your arms go, you're looking into the mirror. So keeping that nice line. So you'd always be looking at the highest arm. And then I'm going to transfer my arms over into my other fourth, looking into my other mirror. Bring them back out into second and down. But when they go down, don't go like this because it just looks silly. So if they come like below second, keeping your head upwards. And then, so obviously we've brought them down. So we've gone fourth, look into our mirror, change our mirrors, out into second, still look at the mirror and head forward. And then for our final one, we're going to go through first, looking into my mirrors. You can pick one, whichever one is your better angle. And then into fifth, and then I'm going to go into open fifth, turn my mirrors away, but still looking at my index finger, and then bring them nicely down to put the bra bar. So we're going to recap that one more time. So starting in bra bar, we're going to go up to first, 2, 3, 4, second, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back up into first and fourth, and sway, and second, down, and up, 2, 3, 4. Keep going up to fifth, and open, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're going to do this a few more times just to make sure you all know the exercise, because personally I think port de bras, as elegant as it is, it's a really nice way to engage your arms as well, because it's muscle memory at the end of the day. So then your arms will just easily go into your positions the more you do it, and that's a really good thing to have as a dancer, to have the muscle memory to just like hold a perfect arm position. So we're going to go 2 more times and then we'll move on. So 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, up to 4, and sway, and open and close, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time, and one piece of advice I'm going to give for the last time is use your breathing as a dancer. This is probably one of the things I've recently learned. So when you're like opening your arms into like more expanded positions, like take a breath in and then breathe out as you sway and open your chest. Dance with your body, because even though it's like an arm thing, I think I explained in one of my videos, your arms come from your back here, your shoulder blades, and if you went on stage and you saw dancers like kind of moving like this, it's quite boring. So make sure you're really like using your body. So think of yourself as like a flower, like, and you're in like a time lapse. So you're starting off as a bud, and then you're opening up into like a really beautiful sunflower, or a rose, or a lily, or your favourite flower. Just really think about expanding out and really like making the movements as big as they can be. So it just makes it look like that extra level of professional, if that's even like making sense. So yeah. So thinking of that in mind, we're going to go one more time. 5, 6, 7. Start off as a bud. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Second. These are your side petals, and down. And first, and fourth, and sway. The wind's blowing your petals around, and down, and up. And this is your main petal, and down. Beautiful. So that's our pod bar exercise, and that's one you can keep in mind because it's quite a good one. So now we're going to move on to our sautés. So this is where the blood gets flowing. I hate cardio, but I'm going to have to do it. So we're just going to do quite a basic jump exercise just to get everybody moving. I don't know what day it is, but on this Friday, I think it's Friday. So we're going to get the blood going on a Friday, if it is Friday. So yeah, starting in parallel. Can you all see my feet? Can we see my feet? Yeah. Okay. So starting with my feet in parallel. This is also called sixth position. I don't actually know why. I only learned this like a year ago. But yeah. So you can have a little gap between your feet, so like hip width apart. So you're not really jumping on your ankles because that's a bit painful. So you can have like a small gap between your feet, and you can either have your hands on your hips or your arms in bra bar. Just don't do anything crazy with them. So I'm just going to start with hands on my hips so you can focus on my feet. And I'm going to do 4 jumps in parallel or 6 or whatever you want to call it. So 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you land, you should be in a demi-plie. I'm going to hold this demi-plie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. And I'm going to repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. And then from this parallel position, I'm going to jump and land in first. And I'm going to repeat the exercise again. 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. And now I'm going to repeat the same thing, but in second. So, clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. And then we're going to repeat that one more time. So from here, we'll jump into parallel. 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. Into first. 2, 3, 4, bend, don't fall over. 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. Second, bend and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and stretch. Oh my god. So, I don't know why, but I have so much fun with this exercise. I really like it. I think I just like seeing bend and stretch. So yeah. We're going to go all together now. And we're going to go twice through. I need to catch my breath. Right, so if you need to take a break between first set and second set, feel free to. And obviously, it's quite a basic exercise, so do try and like push yourself to do both sets at the same time. And this will build your stamina. So this is very important in dancing, your stamina. we need a good strong stamina. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then stretch. 2, 3, 4. Bend and stretch into first. 3. Bend and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend and stretch into second. Bend and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend, stretch, and your second set. 3, 4. Bend and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stretch. First. Then stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend and stretch. Last time. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. If you want to get a drink after that one, then you can. I'm gonna. Have a breather. Whilst we see what exercise we're on next.
Are you all right? Are you coping?
Yeah.
It's hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is one of the things at home, isn't it?
But the thing is, you make it look so effortlessly. You know,
Yeah.
you don't put any, doesn't look like you put any effort into it, which is actually amazing. And that's how ballet should look, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah, trust me, I'm dying on the inside. I've only done 16.
So if you were in a class, okay, would you be doing like sautés for like 10, 15 minutes? Would you just keep going over and over them?
Yeah, one thing we do in college, which you can. Sorry, I just need to drop these off. One thing we do in college, which you can actually give a go in your own time if you want to, is we'll do 64 changements in a line. So in my year, there is 19 of us and 12 of them are dancers. So all 12 of us will stand in one straight line next to each other, not really much gap. And we have to do 64 changements. So I'll show you all the changements just in case you want to go. So you start in third position or fifth. And then as you change up, 64 of them. And we have to stay on the spot as we do them. And then after we've done that, we have to do it with our eyes closed. And obviously when you jump with your eyes closed, you go all over the place, but it should train yourself to stay in the same spot.
Okay. So it's quite hard training then.
Yeah, it's quite strict. And very disciplined.
So do you at college, do you do anything else, or is it just dance? You know, obviously you do like cardio and stuff like that. But do you do like any written work at all?
Yeah, we do. What we'll usually do is we'll do a nice big warm up. We'll do 2 tracks of cardio into a stretch, and then we'll do some body conditioning. And I think body conditioning is really good as a dancer. So if you'd ever want me to do a live video on dancing body conditioning, then I'd be happy to do that because it's quite tiring, but you feel great after it. And I don't think it's like a usual workout. It's more fun, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and then after we've done that, we'll go into either a routine or coursework, which is obviously practical, or we'll go into like rhythm work, so like combinations, or so like for ballet we do quite a lot of like jetés and glissades into jetés, which I'd be happy to make videos on, but they're quite it's like a tongue twister for your feet.
Okay, where do you? Do you want to see yourself on that stage? Don't you, in the West End or on Broadway or somewhere like that? You know, on stage doing Chicago, or you know, or even with a touring company. I'll take it as well.
Yeah, one of my teachers in my college called Ryan, he is literally my inspiration. He has done so much and is currently training to be in Starlight Express. He's got the main part, he's got the lead role, and he's been over in Germany training, and he's done so much. He's done cruise ships. I actually have a friend called Alice, and she lives on the other end of my road, and she's done everything. Cruise ships, like stage shows, musicals, all sorts. And that's kind of what I want to do, because I think as a dancer, it's very hard to pick and choose what you want to do. So you can't really be saying, and it's the same for any kind of performer. Like, I've got a friend who's an actor, and he wants to be a TV actor. So he doesn't really want to do like musicals or stage shows. So I'm like, you can't go into the industry with that exact mindset, because you've got to go around and like try everything, but you've also got to get it for work, because you're not going to be able to walk straight out of college and then be like, right, I've got to go get a job and stuff, because you've got to go and build yourself experience first. So even if I did want to be like a backing, I'd have to go and build my experience first by doing a little job like around like, it's just a little stage show for like a few kids, or a musical or something. It's to build experience on my CV. But personally, I want to be able to do a bit of everything. But there's so much out there that you can go and do.
So, okay, are we going right? Let's get this last exercise done. Then we can have a little chat at the end, and then we can wrap it all up. So, Glissades.
Yeah. So our Glissades.
Glissades.
Yeah. So, if you've watched my video on these, then obviously you'll know this is probably one of my exercises. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what exercise I can do, because I have two in mind. So I think I'm going to go with the one that I did in my video, as I don't think, but I'm going to add a little bit on in the end. So if you can hear like a really sticky sound, it's because the floor has just been washed. It's a bit weird. So starting with our feet in third. Obviously, as you know, if you watch my video, we'll start in a demi-plie. Arms in bar bar or on your hips. You can decide. I like to keep mine in bar bar. So we're going to do a glissade derrière. So that means we'll keep the foot at the back to the other side. Sorry about that. And then stretch, bend. Glissade to the other side. Don't fall over. Stretch, bend. And then I think in our video we just did a few of those to the side. So now from here, sitting in our plie, we're going to do a double glissade. So to the side, 2 changements. So 1, 2, stretch up and bend. So that's going to be our full exercise. And now we'll go again. So 1, stretch, bend. Oh, glissade, stretch, bend, double glissade. Up and over foot. 2 changements, stretch and bend. And just think about how we're going to do it on the other side. So then come over to your other side, we'll just run through it and we'll go nicely with counts. So on the other side, we'll start with our left foot behind and glissade derrière, stretch, bend, glissade, stretch, bend, double glissade, 2 changements, stretch and bend. So that's our complete exercise. So now we'll do it nice and slow with counts, so we can all participate in the exercise together. So let's all go all together. So 4 over, 5, 6, 7, bend on 8. Glissade, stretch, bend, glissade, stretch, bend. Double glissade, 2 changements, stretch and bend. And then go again. Stretch, bend, glissade, stretch, bend, double glissade, change one, stretch and bend. And then move across the floor to go on the other side. 5, 6, 7, bend 8. Glissade, stretch, bend, glissade, stretch, bend, double glissade, 2 changements, stretch and bend. So repeat, stretch, glissade, stretch, double glissade, So you jump on and stretch and bend. So again, I think this is all recorded. I think, I hope so, because
Yeah,
it
yeah, it has recorded. It'll record and save itself automatically. We're also going to put it on YouTube as well.
yeah, because I really like some of the
So okay, well, that is absolutely fantastic. It's it's been amazing meeting you, and I know Emma is going to be very, very happy about what you've done today as well. So so what's next for you then in this big world of dance and entertainment?
So I want to go to university in London, because I think personally a lot of dance opportunities over in London. So it's just about looking at different unis for me now, what suits me best. And I'm starting to gain contact with a few dancers who are like my age but slightly older. I have found a few local to me that I've been talking to, and they've been recommending me to like Jelly Studios, Shock Out, ones like those, because as much as I do love teaching ballet, I'd personally classify myself as more of a commercial dancer. If you see my Instagram, that's quite apparent, because I like to keep into quite sassy, bubbly videos, like not videos, like, because I think a lot of people say it suits my personality, because I can quite honestly see myself on quite energetic, very bubbly, very like out there. And I think as much as I enjoy ballet, lyrical, tap, I think it's about what goes with you. So I think commercial suits me best, and a lot of people have seen that and been like, oh, well, these would be best for you. So that's what I'm trying to look at now, as well as find agents and find basic work I can go and do. Like, like an acting shoot, a music video that's like small, a small musical, just like little things like that, just to start building my CV up for the future. Because I have almost finished my first year of college, which is actually quite scary.
Okay, so do you, obviously dancing, it's as with all careers at the moment, even in the entertainment industry, they're all a bit dicey. They're all a bit, sometimes you're working, sometimes you're not working. So, but you've always got your teaching to fall back on. And to be honest, Gina, you are going to be a fantastic teacher. I can see that now straight away. And, I know ballet is more of a hobby for you, but it's something I think that you need to still hold on to, because it still is that essence of all dance. And you teach it so well. It's uncanny. I just want to get up and just go to the bar now. I'm just inspired by it all. I won't. The sort of bar I'll be going to is closed, unfortunately, but there we go. So, but please keep it up. They all love you on here. It's quite, we've had sort of 2 or 3 people watching, and there'll be loads watching afterwards as well. So I'd like to say thank you on behalf of Ballet M's Junior for today. It was a wonderful live, and we would love to do another one, work with you on another one. You said about doing some cardio and flexibility and stuff like that. So perhaps next half term or next holidays we could do that.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come and finally meet all of you, because every little thing that you do, every view, every like, it means so much to all of us, because we started this up in order to inspire youth, and now it's really that all of you have been inspiring us to keep going. And this has been our little thing for our lockdown, and we're obviously going to continue it because you've all loved it so much. So thank you for every little bit of support that you've done, because it means a lot to all of us.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Junior. You've done a great job. Give your followers a wave. Come on. Right. Okay. And Junior, we'll see you online at some point. So remember to like, share all the videos and comment as well. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all soon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.